All right, guys, and something else you might have noticed on week 11, we have quiz chapter 20 due April 24th. So let's go take a look at what that means. So I click on that, it opens up and it says complete the Unit 20 quiz on page 9 of your workbook. All right, so I go over to my workbook and there's my quiz and it wants me to watch a movie. Okay, this is an amazing movie. It was done in 2009 and it was predicting that reducing carbon would result in new economic opportunities. So it's really cool because it's economists predicting, right? It's economists showing those models that you just finished studying and looking at in chapter 20 and putting them into real time and saying, hey, this is how it's going to work and this is what it's going to do and this is what our future world is going to look like. And now here we are in that future world. Okay, so 10 years later, you guys get to look at this and see like what happened, right? Did we have the different opportunities from wind and electric cars and thermal energy? So were they right with their predictions of low carbon lifestyles, right? How we would be living here we are in this future. Have we advanced our low carbon development? What new businesses have been created? It's an hour-long movie, okay? So if you click on that link, it's going to open it up for you. It's at the Landmark College Library, so you're going to have to log into the library to be able to watch the movie. When you watch the movie, you have the closed caption setting. You have, over here, you always have the transcript, okay? The segments in the transcript, so it's easy to follow along and watch it in different pieces. Okay, so if you want to take a break, you can do that. If you want to watch it fast, you can do that. Okay, so this is a really great tool for accessing this movie in many different ways. Okay, so watch the whole movie. It's really good. Okay, take your time with it. Maybe do, 20-minute pieces, however you want to do it. And then go back to your workbook and think about, after you've seen the whole entire movie, were they right? Have we advanced our low carbon development, right? We're 10 years in the future now. What new businesses have been created? Okay, so think about what you know in the world around you today. Now you get to choose 2 scenarios to explain, and I already did one, so there's only one left for you. Okay, thanks, Professor, for giving you a break. So here we have, for example, here's a decision. Okay, here's a scenario. I'm going to put solar panels on my home. Okay, so that's my decision. How did it affect others? Okay, so this is the same kind of model that we're using when we're looking at fisheries, right? And we're looking at people's behavior change to help improve the environment, right? So how it affects others, by me choosing to put solar on my home, it frees up more energy for other households to use, okay? What's the cost or benefit? Well, there's a private benefit on that for me because I'm paying less money for solar. Okay, there's also an external cost because I have to buy the things. I'm not paying less for solar, I'm paying less for electricity, right? That's my private benefit. And then my external cost is, of course, I have to buy the things. So the market failure on this, right? One of them could be overuse, right? Am I overusing the sunlight? Is there such a thing? But the other one that is really interesting is the reduced earnings for energy companies. Right? So as energy companies are going ahead and helping to support customers in converting over to solar, for example, or converting over to more sustainable energy, they're actually losing those customers as well because the customers are now creating their own energy. So for example, I used to pay $100 a month to Green Mountain Power for the electricity on my house. And in the summer times, they actually pay me $10 a month to buy the electricity, the extra electricity that I'm not using. And in the wintertime, I pay them $10 a month and that's it because I have less sunlight. So I am still buying electricity from them. But I used to pay them $100 a month. So there's a market failure right there for the energy companies, right? As they're trying to help us to be more clean in their energy, they're actually losing money themselves. Okay, so that's something to think about in the long term, how that's going to work. Possible remedies, right? What are we going to do? We still want to be energy efficient. We don't want our energy companies to go under, as we're making our own energy. So what can we do? We can have taxes and quotas and subsidies and shared ownership of the grids. So that means like I got a tax deduction, which helped me with the external cost. That gave me an incentive. Maybe there's quotas, right? Maybe there's a certain amount of energy that I can produce myself, but there's still a certain amount that I still have to purchase from that company. Maybe there's subsidies, right? Maybe the government is helping to offset the loss of income that the energy company is getting as more customers shift to self generating energy. And maybe there's shared ownership grids where we can buy into some of the cost and maintenance of more of this energy and help reduce the cost of the energy company. Because if right now my energy company buys their energy from Hydro-Quebec, so if I'm generating more of my own energy, then they don't have to buy so much energy from other sources. So then their own costs go down. And if I'm sharing ownership of the grids, then I'm also reducing the operating costs. Okay, because they still have to manage the lines and all of the infrastructure. Okay, so really cool remedies here to help those energy companies continue to be efficient and actually be purchasing less energy and having less costs. And then the terms applied to this, I would call this a negative external effect, okay, for the electric company, because as I'm increasing my efficiency and production of energy, the energy company is earning less money from me, right? I have less demand of product from the energy company. So as they have less demand for product, they have less sources of income, okay? And they have less of a need to be able to be generating more energy. So it comes into that negative external effect. Cool? All right, so you get to do another scenario for yourself, and there's plenty of scenarios to pull from when you're watching this movie. And that's your entire quiz. So you have a week, and well, you have until April 24th to get that in. And if you have any questions, just let me know. And then that brings us into our COVID-19 special edition, which will be coming up next. Thank you.